Hi everyone, here we are. Happy BOGO April 2020. We are so excited about the BOGO box. Emily and I have a bunch of our essential sisters here on live. We just had a family Sunday meeting on Zoom, as we do. And we thought we would gather together and quickly give you guys a little rapid fire education on how we are using the 5 oils that are part of the BOGO box. So really quickly, if you haven't already heard, doTERRA is launching BOGO week next week, but what's this coming week rather, but what's most exciting is tomorrow, Monday, or today if you watch this on Monday, a BOGO box is launching. A BOGO box is containing 5 oils that we know, 7 oils that we don't. It's shipping in one shipment, coming our way and saving on lots of trees and resources and shipping costs. So we're going to educate you on those 5 oils that we do know. So the 5 oils, Sis, do you want to take it away what the 5 oils are? And then we're going to jump in on a little education for you guys so that you know how we're all using these oils.
Awesome. So the first 2 oils that we're going to talk about are the King and the Queen of oils. We have 2 touch rollers. We have the Frankincense 10 ml Touch, and we have the Rose Touch 10 ml. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Touch, Touch means that it is pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil and it comes in a roller bottle. So it's really great to take on the go. Here's an example of a roller bottle. And it's pre-diluted, so it can go directly on your skin, no problem. Makes it a lot easier for those of you with children as well, and for sharing with other people. So the Frankincense Touch is, the composition of it is frankincense oil and fractionated coconut oil. It's diluted in a ratio that's super safe to go on your skin. And frankincense is deemed to be the king of oils. I use the Frankincense Touch right now the most on my face. So I use it as my serum a couple times a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And I actually just take the roller after I've cleansed and I'll roll it all over my face, but I'll leave the area around my eyes, keep it away from the eyes, my forehead, the sides, and then I'll just gently rub it in on my face. And the thing that I love about this oil is that it is the #1 oil for cell regeneration. So it's really great for youthful skin and regenerating cells. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay, Aaliyah.
Yeah, I love frankincense, the oil of truth. I love to rub it on my throat to really open up my ability to communicate, and on my crown to open up that crown chakra. So I love to use it before any ritualistic exercise that I'm doing, like meditation or yoga, and I find it beautifully supportive in those ways. Those are the ways I'm using Frank Touch. And Rose, I love as part of my skincare. Oh, we haven't done Rose yet.
I use my frankincense for systems support. So I want to make sure I use it in often if I'm not feeling great, or if I'm feeling really run down, or if I've noticed my kids are really run down. I love frankincense for a cellular support. So I'll roll up and down their spines, do my own spine, bottom of my feet, just to know that we're, you know, because frankincense is so effective at supporting our cells and healthy cell regeneration, we know we're giving ourselves an upgrade when we use it. It's also great for headaches. So what you can do is roll it on the back of your upper cervical spine. And you can also do temples and right across the forehead. My little one fell and smacked her head last night and she had a headache. So I did the back of her neck. I also did all the way down her part, all the way down her skull and her temples. And she woke up this morning and she felt fine. Any other Frankie tips?
I put it on the back of my spine every night before I go to bed. It's just one of my rituals. I'm thinking for cellular support, and just makes me feel really comforted. And it's just part of my daily night routine to put me to sleep. I don't know. I just do it every night. Now it's a habit. So that's what I do with Frank.
Amazing. So let's move on to Rose. So we have the Queen of Oils, and Rose, again, it's in a 10 ml bottle. It's pre-diluted with fractionated coconut oil, and Rose emotionally is the oil of divine love. Who's going to talk about Rose?
I'll
I'll go for Rose.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Miranda.
Oh, sorry, Patricia, you can go first.
No, it's okay.
Okay. We use Rose. I use it every night as part of my 10-month-old's bedtime routine. It's been kind of our like emotional connection oil since I was pregnant with her. So I put some on her forehead, and then I'm putting it on the bottoms of her feet at least a couple times a day for immune support. Rose is my favorite go-to oil for immune support for babies and little ones. Super gentle, but also really, really powerful. I'm also using it all over my throat and chest for some extra immune support for myself.
I used Rose last night. Actually, my little guy fell and hit his head, and he had a big goose egg on the side of his head. And I just rolled it right over the goose egg where I saw a little bruise coming up. And this morning it was totally gone.
I've got our book here, our Essential Oils and Emotions Bible that we love. You can look it up by oil. I've just looked up Rose for us. The negative emotions that Rose will support include bereft of divine love, constricted feelings, a closed or broken heart, lack of compassion or wounded. Positive emotions that the Rose will support and bring about the feeling of being loved, compassionate, healing, tender-hearted, accepted, empathy, and receiving of divine love. Rose holds a higher vibration than any other oil on the planet. It is a powerful healer of the heart. It supports individuals in reaching heavenward and connecting with divine love.
And it's for all of those reasons that I roll it on my lips every day before my meditation. So every morning, and then I have it beside my bed. So I do it every night before bed too. And it's also a, what's the name of it?
I love that.
It helps produce collagen.
My last tip on oil, this was also used a ton in my pregnancy. I would draw a big heart on my belly, and I often every day, roll a nice big heart on my actual heart center with my rose oil. Anyone else on Rose, or we're gonna move on?
I've got something on Rose. Sorry, Lucas, just a little bit quieter for a second. I too was going to say, like, I like to rub Rose on my heart, like generally, especially if I'm feeling like everything's a little bit too much. I find Rose actually really calming. And I have skin issues that come up, but I had a rash in particular that was on my torso, and Rose was the only one. It was just kind of like, it just really calmed it down very quickly, and sort of literally like the next day it would be almost gone. So it's a fantastic oil, Rose.
Thanks, Minx. Okay, let's move on to Spearmint. Spearmint is the oil of communication, and it's of confident speech emotionally. It's I use it, I slather it on my neck before I do a call like this, or if I'm going to be having a tough conversation, or if I'm leading a meeting, I will roll or rub it on my throat, and also roll lavender on top. The two in combination, spearmint and lavender, is great for speaking, using our voice, and that's a real love of mine. I also love spearmint in the diffuser in place of peppermint, for example. I love mixing mint and citrus. So that's a really fun combination. You can do spearmint with something else, a citrus that you really love. I love it with bergamot. Who else wants to talk about spearmint?
I love spearmint as an alternative to Zengest or DigestZen for my kids. It's one of the primary oils in the tamer roller, and I just find my kids respond really well to it, and they love the smell of it too. It's not as powerful, but it's really sweet and kind of like a familiar feeling to them.
Anyone else on spearmint?
I've used spearmint to support lowering a low-grade fever in my baby as an alternative to peppermint. A really like heavily diluted spearmint when she was really tiny could really help to like cool her off.
I'm loving spearmint in my lip glosses. So in my nourishing lip stuff that I put on to create nourishment in my lips, I add a couple drops of spearmint and it feels really tantalizing and refreshing. And then you get aromatically the benefits that way as well.
I just love diffusing spearmint. Sometimes with lime or tangerine, and they're just smell so good.
Any other favorites for spearmint? Okay, let's move on to Citrus Bloom. Oh my word, I can't believe this is in the BOGO box. Citrus Bloom is a blend that doTERRA launched last year for Mother's Day, and it was only available as a part of a Mother's Day promotion and hasn't been available since. I bought a couple of them. It's essentially what it sounds like, Citrus Bloom. So it's citrus oils and floral oils in a bottle. I diffused it like crazy in my kitchen all spring. It's so uplifting. It felt, I mean, it's just perfect for the times right now in the home to brighten moods, to bring up positivity and happiness. And that's really what I use the Citrus Bloom for. How about you guys?
I diffuse the Citrus Bloom in my office a couple days a week. Like I really find it uplifting to my mood and very calming. It's a wonderful addition to an oil collection as far as blends go. It's so gorgeous. I'm so happy. I was just running out thinking to myself this week, and it's back.
Anyone else on Citrus Bloom? Okay, let's move to Serenity. Who wants to talk about their fave uses of Serenity? I feel like we're gonna have some good ones. Ingrid.
Oh my God, Serenity was my gateway oil. It was the first oil I got from doTERRA, and I was using it for 3 years before I became a customer. I use it every night before bed. I sometimes put it in a little jewelry that I have, and I, you know, with the diffuser, the little pads, and I would wear that to work on stressful days. But Serenity to me, if I had to be lost on a desert island, that would be my oil. Serenity is like it keeps me alive, seriously. I live for Serenity, so love. I'm so excited.
My son is requesting Serenity and Adaptive in his diffuser at night. So my 7-year-old likes the combination of 2 drops of Adaptive and 1 drop of Serenity, and it smells incredible combined with Adaptive. And also it's really nice On Guard, and Serenity is nice too if you want to do a little systems boost in your kid's bedroom or in yours.
Serenity and Balance are our #1 combo in the diffuser for the kids, or like Patricia said, Serenity and On Guard. I also have a Serenity and Balance roller that I make on me all the time to use not only on myself, but on my kids on the go. I just find it really brings us all into center in any moment when we need it. And especially with toddlers, the combination of the Serenity and Balance is really powerful. And also it's wonderful. Serenity in combination with Balance is also really good for staying here and now and being focused, especially in children.
I use Serenity.
Oh, you got muted there. Just there you go.
Okay. I use Serenity every night before bed, and my husband loves it as well. And as soon as I'm always last to get into bed, and whenever I walk in, he puts his arms up like this, getting ready. So perfect prelude to a restful sleep.
Beautiful. That is the 5 oils that we know to be in our BOGO box, launching only on Monday. We do also know that the BOGO for Monday is Balance and Serenity. So it's purchase a Serenity, receive a Balance for free. So we'll do a quick little rapid fire here also on Balance. Balance is probably one of my favorite blends. I use it on the bottom of my feet pretty much every morning. If I've forgotten, I usually know because I'm feeling a little bit frazzled, and I'll go and put it back on. It has a lot of tree oils in it, so it's very grounding, very rooting, very stabilizing. It's beautiful to use before meditation. Even just rubbing some in the palms of your hand and inhaling can just bring the feeling of ease and just everything descending. How about you guys?
I think balance is just such a beautiful oil for right now when people are stuck in their homes, especially for people in urban environments where you don't have access to nature, because balance is like forest bathing in a bottle. So it really, any of the emotions that get activated when you walk through the forest will also be activated by that blend. So I live in nature, so I don't need to use that oil for that purpose, but I do love just putting it on the soles of my feet anytime I need to ground. If I feel anxious, nervous, scattered, balance will help bring me back into my body.
Instantly. I find that too. I love that. I use Balance in combination with Serenity, 2 drops of each in Epsom salts for a bath. And it's just the most gorgeous, self-compassionate, nurturing practice that I can invite any of you to embark on. It just feels so grounding, just like Nina was saying, and Christine, in combination with the Serenity. It's quite supportive. I love that.
I always have Balance in my car. I know a lot of us aren't driving right now, but I always have Balance in my car, and I'll inhale it before I pull out of the driveway 3 times really deeply. And I find what that does for me is it really grounds me into my compassionate self, my loving self, and it grounds me as though I'm a tree. It puts the roots into the ground so that anything windy that comes at me, I'm steady and I can kind of flow with whatever is coming at me. And that's really important to me when I'm driving. I live in the city and it can get a little bit crazy. And so I just find my drives are so much more free and open and simple because of that oil.
And sis, we also both love it for jet lag. It's kind of irrelevant at the moment, but it's amazing for jet lag. Just putting some on the bottom of your feet, grounding into a new time zone, a new place, a new environment. I use it on my kids and also on myself. Not
and
right now.
Serenity too. Serenity if you're traveling.
Yeah.
Help you get onto a new sleep cycle.
Balance is like the mom's secret weapon for like all the things. For us, for them, I think it's like the oil for moms. I think it should be called oil for moms.
The last thing I want to say about Balance, and I'm going to pony off of what Aaliyah said, is that Balance for me provided me with the solution that I was always looking for to have balance in my life. I don't look for balance in my life anymore. The Balance oil is just what I grab when I feel like I need to be balanced, and it helps me to accept that I'm never going to be in balance and that I'm always going to be flowing with the ebbs and flows of the day and the moment and the universe. And Balance gives me that grounding point that I've always been looking for.
Okay, thanks guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed this little real life, real talk about how we're using the oils. If you have questions, reach out. We're here for you. Happy BOGO.